God is the teacher. God's lessons are so beautiful.
Alright, so today we'll be getting an all-around-the-world kind of chapter, checking in on 4 different situations. And we will be seeing how a few of the natural enemies stack up against each other. I will be having a decent amount to talk about after the review, so make sure to stick around afterwards. Now, let's get into it. We start with a flashback of Heidi, since we found out she was a neo-human last chapter, with her and her group investigating the robots, until a bipedal robot appears, sneaking up and taking out the rest of her team and fights her to near death, with paleo-humans finding her, not thinking she is a neo-human because of how much damage she has sustained. Then we go into a report of her findings of everything she has observed being a part of the human group, concluding in us finding out it's a letter to her brother, Rogan. He then gets another report that they have sealed off an area in the city where the parasites have infested, and we get a reveal that Ario is still alive. Ario then realizes before he left, when Heidi hugged him, that's when she slipped this message to her brother. And Rogan is wondering how the parasites could possibly be useful.
That is one big pile of shit.
We then surprisingly come back to Shirokaki, who is still alive, but his grandmother is gone at this point. He then goes outside to see the entire forest is infected with parasites, now with the only thing fighting back being the Great Forest Lord, and it comes rampaging through, knocking the infected animals out of the way. But he soon sees that it's not fighting, it's just running away from another super worm parasite.
We're coming for you, nigga!
Don't do it! I'm a virgin!
Now finally losing hope, he succumbs to the parasites, hoping Nukizumi will survive in this new world. We finally get back to everyone meeting the mad god Yaotsu, with Gore seeing the sad state Rinri is in, but he still thinks he may be able to save him, so starts to carry him over to where Yaotsu is. Zebi begins to speak with him and compliment him on his power, pleasing him, and he shows that a threat to them is nothing to him, and spits out the super worm as a small, seemingly harmless creature. Zebi then expresses a small amount of doubt, which angers him, but quickly corrects himself, saying that they come from a world that never had such a being as powerful as he was, which calms him down, since he just has to teach them about himself, and asks what wishes he can grant to them. The Lawless then of course barge in asking for stuff, and he does technically grant them their wish, but 2 of them die. With the 3rd wish, he terraforms the area into a place where they can live. And he tells them to not worry, since now God will be with them.
God is the teacher. God's lessons are so beautiful.
With the last page of the chapter being Jachi getting ready to destroy some robots. So the first natural enemy I want to talk about are the parasites, because they are moving in on a lot of the other enemies, with the main one they are dominating being Gaia's Wrath, even defeating a Forest Lord. Even though I am sure in the future, animals from this world may develop or evolve a way to fight back, since the forest was said to be one of the more peaceful ones. And then we saw they are also becoming a problem for the neo-humans as well, with them trying to figure out how they can be of some use to them. And the little super worm Mad God spit out may come back in the future, since it can probably still infect people. And we got to see how Heidi got to where she was, with her being a step above the average neo-human, and being able to defeat a bipedal robot with extreme difficulty. And we see that neo-humans are not devoid of all emotions, since it seems her brother Rogan was worried about her and cares for her. And they have now seemingly begun to experiment on Ario, probably wondering how he is as strong as he is. which may mean they will start to gain magic as well. But then Yaotsu continues to show how all-powerful he is and how much of an ego he has. With just a wave of his hand, he turned their guns into sand, and the way he granted the lawless people's wishes was a monkey's paw. With my question being, was that on purpose? Or can he not control his powers in certain ways? Kind of like an evil genie, for example, if you ask it to make you not needing to ever sleep again, it may grant you that wish, but that doesn't mean you won't still be affected by sleep deprivation symptoms. And the guy who asked for a new home had the best wish because it served Yaotsu, and it was a simple wish that would be hard to twist in an evil way. We then get the backstory on Gore and Rinri, seeing that they knew each other from when they were older kids or teenagers, with Gore always trusting Rinri because he always made sure they came out on top of things. And now, since he is bringing him over to the Mad God, I have a sneaking suspicion that they both will become empowered followers of him, or at least be healed by him for their eternal servitude in return. I am very interested to see how all of these things with them will turn out in the future. And for humanity, this chapter, things are not looking good. Zabi again is carrying the group with his negotiation skills, but I cannot see any kind of way these guys can get out of this. So this was yet another great chapter for Verses. If you all did enjoy, go check out my playlist for the series, along with liking the video and subscribing to keep up to date with all my stuff. And with everything done, I will see you guys later. Bye guys.